OnePlus are about to possibly once again steal the limelight from Samsung when it comes to flagship Android smartphones this year. And it's a problem all of Samsung's own making. So recently we've had so much information about the OnePlus 8 Pro and the Galaxy S20 series. The OnePlus information directly from OnePlus themselves. They even went as far as putting together a small press briefing right here in Shenzhen, literally telling us what the screen on the OnePlus 8 Pro is going to be like. And the Samsung information, well, yeah, that just happened. The big story really, as OnePlus try to push the OnePlus 8 Pro into real flagship territory, is the inclusion of 120Hz refresh rates. Something that OnePlus almost couldn't not do considering how completely successful the inclusion of 90Hz was on the OnePlus 7 Pro, and literally the 100% positive reaction they got from it. But Samsung wouldn't be outdone, and of course we've heard rumors for a long time about the inclusion of the same high refresh rates in the Galaxy S20 series phones. And thanks to these leaks, eventually, yes, we did get the answer. The Galaxy S20 phones, every phone in the series will be using 120Hz refresh rates. But with a big, gigantic caveat. Samsung will limit the usage of high refresh rates in the phones. According to leaks right now from the prototype unit that has been leaked everywhere online, and also from some information in China, it seems like on the S20 phones there will be a limit. If you choose 120Hz refresh rates, you'll be limited to a full HD resolution. And if you want the full Quad HD Plus resolution, then you will be limited to 60Hz, not 90Hz, but plain old run-of-the-mill 60Hz. So how about OnePlus? Considering the screen in the OnePlus 8 Pro will be from Samsung display, will it also have this limitation? Well, a post recently from a OnePlus executive here in China basically gave us the answer. In that post, he essentially acknowledged the situation with Samsung and how they are limiting some of the options, and that they essentially would allow customers to choose all of the options. So you could at the same time use the high resolution setting and also the high refresh rate setting to get the absolute best experience possible. So even though Samsung Display actually make the AMOLED panel for OnePlus, it looks like the Samsung Galaxy phones will limit this in the software. Why would Samsung do this? Actually, I do somewhat understand their decision. There are many reasons why you would want to limit this. The first and most obvious is of course battery life. Then also the overall quality of the display, the colors, and also the lighting of the display. Also the heat generated by this may be too high and it may throttle the processor. There are many different factors here, all of which of course we don't really know right now. But the question remains, if OnePlus seem to be giving us this option, why can't Samsung? Well, there are many occasions in the Android world where a brand gives you an amazing top spec, but then when you actually use it, you realize it's not quite as good as advertised, or there are just too many drawbacks to actually use it as you would want. Will that be the case with the OnePlus 8 Pro? I tend to think not. I think the technology is probably there, and if it was really a terrible experience doing it, OnePlus 8 probably would limit it too. Of course, we don't know the full specs of the OnePlus 8 Pro and how they're going to put that together. And from Samsung's point of view, I do kind of get it too. Full HD and 120Hz is probably the sweet spot for most people. It definitely wouldn't stop me from buying the phones, as I would use them in that setting myself anyway. But I can also understand OnePlus's point of view. Giving the consumer's choice is always a good thing. Subscribe for the latest tech news and everything to do with Samsung and OnePlus. That's it for now, but I'll see you in the next one.